Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 1. How to make money from spending money, 2. Why I use credit cards for 99% of the purchases that I make, and 3. How I personally made roughly $450 implementing this exact strategy. So if that sounds interesting to you, smash the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell to get these types of videos right to you, and I'll see you in my screen share. So originally I was supposed to share my screen and run you through like a little presentation I made about 6 months ago on credit cards, but I didn't like how it ended up, so I'm just gonna do this off the cuff. So basically how I earned this money was from credit card points, and in this case the form of cash back. Now, if you've ever heard of like a cashback system on a credit card before, or like a department store card, essentially it's money that you receive in return, usually through a percentage of the purchases you make. So an example would be the 2 cards I have. I have the Discover It Chrome Student and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. So with the Discover It Chrome Student, I get 2% back on all restaurant and grocery purchases up to a certain limit that's really irrelevant to me. Meaning for every $100 that I spend at a grocery or a restaurant, I receive $2 in return in the form of cash back. And then on top of that, with the Discovery at Chrome, you also get 1% back on pretty much any other purchase. That's usually the base norm for any credit card, but watch out, there are some cards out there that offer no percent back, not even 1% back on purchases, and those cards are basically a waste of money. You want a card that actually gives you at least a return on your spending. The second card I have is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This card gives me 1.5% back on every single purchase I make. So this one's really cool in that I don't have to think about when to use this credit card, because essentially it gives me the same percent back for every purchase I make, and it's a really nice thing to have once you kind of like collect a pile of different credit cards. I only have 2 currently, but I mean, down the road I definitely plan to have a lot more. Yeah, I mean, this is essentially why I use credit cards for pretty much all of my purchases, because you end up getting anywhere from 1 to 6% of your money back using credit cards compared to like a debit card. Now, cashback isn't the only system in place. There are many other, depending on the credit card you have, there may be reward points, travel points, hotel points. And on top of that, many different cards have different perks. It ranges from free hotel nights. I've even heard of like free flights before. Price protection is another one, which an example of that would be like, say you bought something off Amazon and say within 90 days there's a discount on it. With price protection in place, you're actually able to claim the difference between the price you paid for it and the current discount if the purchase was made within 90 days. Another one would be membership statuses. For example, I know the World of Hyatt card gives you automatically gives you an elite status. And then there's also statement credit. Which with statement credit, it's basically a certain amount of money that you're able to use just by having the card on specific purchases. So an example is the Uber Visa card, which is actually a really good card, and their statement credit offers is you get a $50 statement credit for online subscription purchases after you spend $5,000 with the card. Now, as a disclaimer, a lot of these cards are highly dependent on the quality of credit card you have, because as you may know, not every credit card is created equal. I highly recommend you check out the Credit Shifu channel or Ask Sebi. They make great videos on credit cards, and they go into like the bits and details of like what credit card to get depending on your situation. Because yeah, I mean, you can really do some powerful stuff with this. Like, if you want to take it to the next level, there's this thing called credit card churning, which is basically you get credit cards solely for the purpose of collecting these reward points, usually involving the sign-up bonus, which is usually generally offers the largest reward. But let's keep it at like the beginner level for now, because chances are if you're watching this, you're probably pretty young like me, simply getting a good cashback card for now as your first credit card is a great idea. I mean, I highly recommend either the Chase Freedom Unlimited or the Discover It. And the last thing that I want to mention about credit cards, and the reason why they're superior compared to any other mode of payment, is because of their fraud protection. Simply put, it's easier to claim lost money from fraud with a credit card compared to with a debit card. Alright, so now you know the gist of how to use credit cards to make money from spending money, and now I'm going to go over the $450 I made implementing this exact strategy. So like I mentioned before, I have the Discover It Chrome Student and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. In the first year of using the Discover It Chrome, I received $75 cash back. But the cool thing about all Discover cards is that within your first year, they match your cash back amount. So like I mentioned earlier, I made $75, but they actually doubled that because of the cashback match. So now I'm at $150 with the Discover It. And then with my second card, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, they offered a sign-up bonus of $150 if you spend $1,000 within the first 3 months. And here's a cool little trick I did. Essentially, I knew a big purchase was on the horizons with me getting Invisalign, so I automatically spent $1,000 going to my Invisalign purchase with that credit card, and that's how I hit the sign-up bonus without having to like really worry about it. But either way, I mean, $1,000 in 3 months, depending on your situation, may or may not be a lot of money to spend. Because honestly, I'm much more of a frugal person nowadays than I was before, and I just don't like spending money in general. So I was fortunate enough to be able to leverage a big purchase to just kind of get this sign-up bonus quick. All right, and then the last $150 came from just organically using the Chase Freedom Unlimited over a course of a year now. And yeah, that is essentially how I made $450 spending money. Now, the last thing I want to say, I should have really mentioned this in the beginning. The key for all of this to work is you have to pay your statement in full every single month. No matter what credit card you get, no matter like how good the cash back is on that credit card, or the reward points, or the statuses, you're accruing credit card debt in the form of interest, that the rate of the interest will always be greater than the rate that you get rewards back. So you must pay your statement in full. It's actually a good thing for your credit score, and how you simply do that is you spend below your means. You only use your credit card on purchases that you know that you can afford. I essentially use it as a debit card. I see the amount of money I have in a given week on a debit card, and then I just use my credit card to initiate the actual purchase, and then I go to my credit card app, whether like the Discover app or the Chase app. I pay it off like pretty much immediately using the bank account that's attached to my debit card. And yeah, that's essentially it. But that's a very important thing to keep in mind. Don't be an idiot. Spend below your means and you'll do fine. But that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you found value in this. Hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And of course, hit the notification icon to get these videos right to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.